Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for taking the rendezvous with us right here on Spectrum Television. It is the 8 p.m. bilingual newscast. Making news tonight with 62% of votes, Honorable Joshua C. will lead the Social Democratic Front Party. Well, this is the result from the 10th Ordinary Congress held in Cameroon's political capital on October 29, 2023. Tonight's newscast gives us a recap of the Congress, presenting the new bureau and the objectives. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, it is the 8 p.m. bilingual newscast right here on Spectrum Television. Tonight's newscast opens in the French language with you, Leila Ren-Nganzo. Good evening to you, Leila.
Bonsoir à vous, la donnette en dessin. Mesdames, bonsoir. Monsieur, bonsoir et merci d'être avec nous. Il est 20h sur les antennes de Spectrum Télévision. C'est le journal. Joshua aussi, nouveau président du Social Democratic Front. Il a été élu au terme du 10e congrès ordinaire de cette formation politique. Congrès achevé ce 29 octobre 2023 au Palais des Congrès de Yaoundé. Il reprend donc officiellement le leadership de cette formation politique après le décès il y a quelques mois du président fondateur Ni John Fundi. Que peut Joshua aussi pour relever la barque STV, première formation politique de l'opposition depuis la nuit des temps, mais qui a été fortement bousculée lors de la dernière élection présidentielle au point de voir arriver 4e son candidat.
C'est au bout de 72 heures au lieu de 48, tel que prévu par l'organisation, que le Social Democratic Front accueille son nouveau président. Un processus électoral émaillé de quelques suspensions, des contestations sur le mode de scrutin. Finalement, un consensus entre les trois candidats au poste de président, à savoir Joshua aussi, Gestel Shewa et Golden Sama, permet de reprendre le vote. Le 10e congrès ordinaire débuté le 27 octobre, qui devait s'achever le 28, c'est finalement en matinée de ce 29 que le nouveau chairman est connu en la personne de Joshua aussi. Il promet de travailler à une plus grande éclosion du parti.
L'immense opportunité, l'immense chance de pouvoir le faire sur un socle très solide qui a été mis en place par notre feu chairman Ni John Fundi de regretter mémoire. Et je pense que se basant sur ce fait, nous allons, toute l'équipe qui a été mise sur pied, nous allons travailler tous ensemble pour être encore plus forts demain.
Joshua aussi est député à l'Assemblée nationale, opérateur économique et ancien candidat à l'élection présidentielle de 2018. Il rejoint le SDF en 1991 et est élu en 2006 deuxième vice-président de ce parti. Avec son élection à la tête du SDF, il remplace Ni John Fundi, décédé en juin dernier. Il dirigera avec les autres membres élus du comité exécutif national les destinées du parti au cours des 5 prochaines années.
Over 2,000 delegates from the various electoral districts of the STV party nationwide participated in the just-ended elections, which saw Honorable Joshua C. emerge as the party's national chairman. While our reporter Josephine Binti presents the new administration now charged with the assignment of leading the party.
The ball has been set rolling for the Social Democratic Front as Honorable Joshua Osi has been elected as national chairman of the SDF following official announcements on October 29. The party's incumbent president garnered 985 of the 1,565 valid votes casted. Njong Donatus and Louis-Marie Kakde emerged as first and second national vice presidents. Fadimatu Dewa, Wa David, Mbia Alain Roger are third, fourth and fifth vice presidents of the SDF. National Communications Secretary was re-elected Kejang Henry of the Littoral region. Saturday's voting did, however, not go without hitches, as candidates decried the presence of outsiders to cast their ballots. Elections were, however, halted for hours and resumed after several sessions of deliberations. Honorable Joshua Osi, however, replaces emblematic leader and founder of the STF, John Fundi, who passed on in June. Many are the expectations of militants following the election of a new National Executive Committee of the opposition party, STF.
Revenons dans la capitale économique du Cameroun pour parler du Conseil de la communauté urbaine de Douala. 51,47%, c'est le taux de réalisation des recettes de la communauté urbaine de Douala au terme des 3 premiers trimestres de l'année 2023. La 3e session du Conseil ordinaire de la mairie s'est récemment tenue ici même dans la capitale économique du Cameroun et elle était consacrée à l'évaluation du niveau d'exécution du budget au 30 septembre 2023, mais aussi elle a permis de publier les orientations budgétaires pour l'année 2024. Orient Donquin pour plus de détails.
Les populations de Douala sont exigeantes avec des attentes élevées et pressantes. L'exécutif communal en a conscience et entend s'y atteler. Toutefois, il se réjouit des travaux déjà effectués.
La réalisation des recettes au terme des 3 premiers trimestres de 2023 est ainsi en nette augmentation par rapport à celle que nous avions enregistrée au 30 septembre 2022 de 22,483 millions en valeur absolue et 51,47% en valeur relative. Le taux de réalisation des émissions de recettes par rapport aux prévisions est nettement plus important pour les recettes fiscales, à 91,6% que pour les recettes propres, dont les émissions au 30 septembre se sont élevées à 67% de la prévision annuelle.
La 3e session du Conseil ordinaire de la communauté urbaine de Douala s'est tenue ce 27 octobre 2023 ici à Douala. Elle était consacrée à l'évaluation du niveau d'exécution du budget au 30 septembre 2023 et aux orientations budgétaires pour 2024.
En ce qui concerne l'année au 30 juin 2023, il ressort en amélioration par rapport à un niveau d'un an auparavant de francs de 5,511 millions de francs CFA valeur absolue et de 15,8% en valeur relative. Le volume des engagements au 30 septembre 2023 a atteint 54,4% des crédits de paiement prévus pour l'année, marquant ainsi un rattrapage bien significatif par rapport au niveau vraiment faible que nous avions constaté à des parcours.
Le développement des infrastructures, le renforcement de l'éclairage public, l'assainissement et l'embellissement de la ville et l'appui au développement économique et social sont les actions prioritaires de la communauté urbaine de Douala pour l'exercice 2024.
Doctors and nurses in Cameroon's economic capital, Douala, have completed a 3-day walk-in session. Well, it is on epidural and neurovascular pathologies. Well, this is in line with the just ended 13th Congress of the Cameroonian Society of Anesthesia and Resuscitation, popularly called SCA. Well, our reporter Josephine Binti was on site with a cameraman, Julepo.
The medical corps in Cameroon has expressed the need for more anesthetists to meet emergency ward demands at health units. A capacity-building symposium in neuropathology, training of nurse anesthetists, has been organized by the Cameroon Society of Anesthesia and Resuscitation, popularly called SCA. This has taken effect in the economic capital.
After the 30th Congress of Anesthesia in Cameroon, I can say that we need more anesthesia. We need more and more anesthesia in Cameroon, so that if I have a message to our authorities is to ask them, to tell to them that we are in need. We have to give more possibility to have more residents in anesthesia in Cameroon.
The anesthesis resuscitator plays a major role in organizing rescue services and classifying emergencies and planning.
Anesthesia, all you have around the anesthesia. For example, yesterday we talked about the monitoring, we talked about the hemodynamic of patient with failure, neurologic failures. That's the main term of this year, and not to forget that every year we try to readapt.
This 13th Congress seeks to step up the game for medical personnel in their field.
What can I say? The particularity of this 30th edition is that we are increasing the how can I say it? The what the French people say, the niveau is going up, but we have a lot of work to do. Then, as I say in few minutes, we need more anesthesia.
The design and implementation of effective protocols for handling vital emergencies has been the theme for this 13th Congress. The SCAR, therefore, is keen to maintaining high level of competence amongst its members through organization of thematic.
Well, we still remain in health, where we talk about breast cancer. Well, like you know, October is a breast cancer awareness month, and two foundations have decided to use this month to sensitize women on this pathology. Well, I talk about the Weli Sane Foundation together with Dare to Live with Anjo Foundation. Well, this breast cancer awareness walk or talk has started right from Maryland, got over to Yaoundé, and now it has been here in Douala. Over the weekend, there was a breast cancer awareness walk over there in the Douala 5 municipality at Baku Vita, where we had experts from CBC who have been to talk to these people, completing not only the sports walk but also sensitization. Well, let's listen to these reporters filed in by Crystal Asek-Swele and Jules Paul.
It has been an impressive turnout of men and women at the Paku Vita complex today at the Makepe Douala neighborhood for the Pink October Breast Cancer Awareness Walk and Screening Session organized by the Weli Sane Foundation in collaboration with Anjo, Dare to Live with Cancer Foundation, alongside medical experts from the CBC Health Services.
October is a global advocacy that seeks to raise awareness about breast cancer. Like it is said, 1 in 8 women are going to be diagnosed with breast cancer in the course of their lifetime. This is a cause for concern. Therefore, because of the high mortality rate, the international community came together and decided they should dedicate the entire month of October just for breast cancer, because about 500,000 women die every year only because of breast cancer. So that's why we are here to join our voices to that of the international community to say no to breast cancer, and that everyone should do their self-examination, because, like they say, early detection saves lives.
From the walk, body and dance workout sessions, coupled with educative talks from the health expert, equally invited for a free screening session. Such were the activities that fueled up this day.
Our two foundations are trying to send out a message, and the message we are trying to send out is early detection saves lives. And if early detection saves lives, the only way we can achieve this objective is by working together, as the theme of breast cancer this year states, bridging the care gap by fighting together. So we are organizing a free breast cancer screening here at the Pakuvita premises so that women will be able to know whether or not they are exposed to the signs and symptoms of breast cancer, whether they have any signs and symptoms. Any woman that will be positive to screening, not positive to breast cancer, because for that to happen, we have to do tests that are a little bit more invasive. So the women who will be positive for the breast cancer screening are going to be referred to our partner CBCHS, who will do the first round of evaluations, and then later on they will send, if they are positive, to the indicated breast cancer centers.
Breast cancer is a disease that does not only affect women, but men equally get affected. Only the cases in women is higher than in the men. Just like the theme for this year's Breast Cancer Awareness Month stipulates, no one should face breast cancer alone. So the Welisane Foundation and partners are joining hands to raise awareness and help beat cancer in the various communities through the actions they carry out.
Still in line with this breast cancer walk, well, let's take a listen to Manka Louisa, a health expert, as she explains how we can do self-examination.
First thing when we want to talk of breast cancer screening is that everyone should know his or her breast, because breast cancer is not just an issue of women. Men also are exposed to breast cancer, though in a smaller population. So you should always look at your breast in front of a mirror every day to look for changes. If you are regularly looking at your breast, you will know when it's normal and when there is a problem. Now, the symptoms that we have to watch out for are nodules, that's maybe ball-like shapes inside the breast. You have to watch out for pain, abnormal pain. For example, if you hit your breast and it starts paining, you will not think that it's a symptom of breast cancer. But if you just sit out of the blue, you start having pain, that's something to watch out for. Watch out for inverted nipples for people who were not born with inverted nipples. If your nipples, you were born with nipples that are going outward, if they start going inside, you have to watch out for it. Orange peel skin, the skin that begins to look like orange peel. You have flaky skin, the skin that begins to peel and is whitish all around the nipple and breast area. You also have to check your armpits, because then at times the breast cancer migrates right up to the lymph nodes, so you have to verify right up to that part of the body. So you do the breast screening and reach up to the armpits in order to check for all these symptoms. Now the process is simple. You lift one hand and pass it across your head towards your ears, with your head maintained straight and you're facing the mirror. And then you use the other hand that is free. You take the first the three middle fingers, and you hold them tightly together. You press on the nipples right up to the end of the breast, and then you start doing circular motions. The circular motions will begin to migrate outwardly towards the outer part of the breast in circles. When you finish doing that, you reach right up to the armpits. You repeat the movement with the other side. And then when you're through, you press your nipples, because you also have to watch out for abnormal discharge. If you're not pregnant, you're not breastfeeding, and you're not these hypersensitive women who leak from their breast when they are on their fertile periods, you have to watch out for any discharge that is coming out of your breast, whether it is clear, bloody, milky, or it has a scent or not. You have to watch out for it.
Thank you so much. Well, we'll still continue this newscast. We'll return to the 10th Congress edition, all held at the political capital of Cameroon, Yaoundé. And this time around, we have Henry Kejang, Communications Secretary of the Social Democratic Front Party, and he will be talking about this Congress. Good evening to you, Henry Kejang.
Good evening, Ladonet, and to all our televiewers.
Yes, it's a pleasure to have you here in tonight's newscast. Well, let's get into the big deal of the day, which is the Congress. We'll start first of all. How was it?
It was wonderful. The 10th Ordinary Convention was good. Of course, we saw the election of a new chairperson of the Social Democratic Front in the person of His Excellency Joshua Osinambangi. It was a wonderful convention, and by the words of the national, the chairperson of the organizing committee of the National Convention, Mayor Chong. He was conferred that responsibility by the national chairman, late Nijan Fundi, and we say may he so rest in peace, to organize a convention, the 10th Ordinary Convention, which was already on course before he died. But then we had to continue with that, and it was a wonderful convention.
Well, talk about continuing with that. I'm tempted to ask, because we look at the new President Joshua, new chairman, Joshua Osei. He was the interim chairman when we lost Nijan Fundi, and he was also the candidate for the STF at the elections.
One of the candidates.
One of the candidates representing the Social Democratic Front.
All of them are Social Democratic Front.
Yes, so representing it at the the presidential elections. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah. Yes. The only representative of your party.
Yes, the only representative of your party at the presidential elections. And you look at it, Amax, I want to really know, was there anybody that could contest that?
Yes, let me tell you, the Social Democratic Front is a party that is open, because we are all socialists, right? And there are no barriers for anybody to contest. That is why you can still leave from the ward, what we call in French cellule, right up to, you contest at the level of the chairmanship. So there are no barriers to that. And so if you can challenge whoever is an incumbent, it's good and fine. So that is how the Social Democratic Front is organized. Anybody can find his or herself anywhere without any constraints. We don't put barriers, because we are we are an inclusive party, and of course very gender sensitive. But if you probably permit me to go a little bit further about how the convention moved, I will tell you that this convention, which is a one of transition, because the chairman had died, the first chairman, because formerly there were two chairmen in this country. In fact, the world has known two chairmen. I know you don't know that. Two chairmen that this world has known. The first chairman was Mao Zedong, and the second chairman, Nijan Fundi of Africa. Okay. And so today we have the third chairman in the world, Joshua Osei Nambangi, put it that way. It's a fact. So we've had Mao Zedong, we've had Nijan Fundi, and today Joshua Osei Nambangi that the world has. So it is a historic moment in the life of the Social Democratic Front that we are seeing a transition, despite all the odds. And I know you want to ask, you heard they were fighting.
I obviously want to ask that, because it was planned for 48 hours and it lasted to 72 hours.
Yes.
With the dispute and all of that. Can you tell us about that?
Well, there are contingencies that happen, right? That is why even if you are budgeting this newscast, okay, you have to know that there are some contingencies that might crop up, what you call listen prévu in French, okay? And that is why we have to break in news, because we are talking about news broadcasting. You have to break, because something can happen. That's why preparing news, that make sure you always break. They can tell you this is a very serious news and you have to fit it in this news timeline. Now, it went up to 72 hours because of some inconsistencies. And it happens in any political organization, because we are a Democrat. We don't just accept, it's not a streamlined something that we just come and then people applaud. This is our own candidate, and then people clap. No, we don't do that. We give room for every member of the party to partake and to challenge decisions. Have you ever had any other political party in this country that challenges decisions? Where the members, we are members, the others are militants. And you ask yourself, why do we call ourselves members? And the others, why do we call them militants? No. Find out. We challenge ourselves because we look like a family. The others call themselves militants because they don't look, they are not the same family. They come for individual interest. They don't come for the interest of the family, because ours is the interest of the nation. And so when we have the interest of the nation at stake, all of us have to fight, not for our interest, but for the interest of the state. When I say the interest of the state, I mean the interest of Cameroonians.
Yeah, talk about the interest of Cameroonians. The new bureau, what are the interests? I mean, let's be clear on these interests that the new bureau has.
We have a lot of challenges to right the wrongs of this country. There are many things that are going wrong. We don't need to remind you, and I don't need to remind Cameroonians who are watching us. There are issues of bad governance. Because bad governance is at the center of all the troubles that we have in this country. And the SDF has always preached against such things. We have issues of the form of the state. It must be discussed. When I talk of a form of the state, SDF has always stood for federalism, for federal state of government. So all these things are the challenges that we still face in this country. And a lot of thievery, embezzlement, muzzling of the press. You know, the SDF is a friend to the press. So there are a lot of challenges, but it centers around governance. And the SDF, once we take power in 2025, those things are going to be addressed.
Well, I suppose.
Alors, j'aimerais avec vous qu'on parle du choix porté finalement par le Social Democratic Front sur l'honorable Joshua aussi, qui assure désormais le leadership du Social Democratic Front. Je rappelle qu'il était accusé par une frange d'anciens militants du SDF, aujourd'hui auto-exclus, d'être beaucoup trop proche du pouvoir en place. Je rappelle également qu'il est le candidat présenté par le Social Democratic Front lors de la dernière élection présidentielle en 2018 et qu'avec lui, le SDF a eu son plus mauvais score au cours d'une élection présidentielle, sa plus mauvaise position au cours d'une élection présidentielle. Joshua aussi était justement arrivé 4e derrière de nouveaux candidats, on va le dire ainsi, comme Maurice Kamto qui participait pour la première fois à une élection présidentielle, ou même encore Kabra Libi qui participait lui aussi pour la première fois à une élection présidentielle. Aujourd'hui, que peut Joshua aussi quand on parle de relèvement du STF qui pendant longtemps a été la première force politique de l'opposition au Cameroun?
Le SDF est toujours la première force politique au Cameroun. C'est la première chose. Mais la question c'est, que peut Joshua aussi? Le problème n'était pas aussi, mais le problème était les détracteurs de Joshua aussi.
Détracteurs à l'intérieur du SDF ou...
À l'intérieur du SDF. Parce que certaines personnes croyaient que ça devrait être eux, mais pas Joshua. Mais si vous connaissez l'histoire du Parti démocratique des États-Unis, il y a un moment de chute. Regarde le Parti républicain, même chose. Regarde le Parti des travailleurs en Angleterre, même chose. Il y a une période de trêve ou bien libération où le parti est presque disparu. Mais SDF is back. Et les journalistes en parlent. C'est tout le Camerounais qui en parle. Mais tout à l'heure, je disais donc
que les
dans une très grande...
Les détracteurs étaient à l'intérieur.
Oui, dans une grande famille.
Excusez-moi, parce que l'impression qu'on a eue à ce moment-là, c'est que tous les militants du SDF avaient fait bloc derrière le candidat présenté par cette formation politique et que c'est bien après l'élection présidentielle que des fissures ont commencé à apparaître.
Non, c'était avant. Parce que les gens savaient que le Tchèba ne devait pas se présenter. C'était pendant le congrès de Bamenda.
Qui étaient ces personnes-là?
Vous les connaissez. Et c'est ces personnes qui ont voulu tuer le parti. Et je veux le dire, peut-être vous n'êtes pas au courant. Ce que vous ne connaissez pas lors de ces congrès qui viennent de finir. Et que ces membres de ces partis, ces anciens membres, les dissidents, les renégats, étaient à Yaoundé. Ils étaient dans les hôtels, on le savait. Ils pilotaient les affaires parce que leur problème c'était de détruire le SDF. Les Camerounais ne sont pas au courant de ça, mais je vous le dis, prenez ça de moi. Et je peux le dire, et si vous voulez...
Est-ce qu'ils ont été aperçus au palais de congrès?
Écoutez, non, le problème n'est pas d'être au palais de sport, parce que c'est au palais de sport.
Palais de sport, pardon. Oui, palais
mais
de sport,
ils étaient là, on savait. Et je peux te montrer même un message, si tu veux, je lis, je peux lire. Permettez, je lis, parce que c'est des preuves.
Un message...
Un message de l'ancien général, un secrétaire général, je le lis.
Je peux lire. Pas besoin de... envoyer un message, envoyé à qui?
À moi, à Kedjan.
Oui, et qui disait quoi le message?
Le message dit, j'espère que vous avez réussi dans votre campagne. Mais on a laissé, il dit, Il dit, le message dit, puisqu'il y a une publication d'un journal qui parlait, n'est-ce pas, des exclus. Mais il se disait que c'est moi qui a payé, il a dit payer, n'est-ce pas, les journalistes de faire ça, les exclus, ou les exclus ne vont pas participer aux élections. Mais au Congrès, il s'est dit que peut-être c'est moi. Il a dit, j'espère que tu as réussi pour ta campagne, mais je t'attends. Il s'adresse à moi, je t'attends en 2025 et je vais voir ce que tu vas faire au municipal et législatif. Pauvre SDF. Il dit pauvre SDF. C'est Jean, c'est Tchoumele qui disait ça.
Encore que bon.
Après, il me dit, on vous laisse avec les coquilles vides. Mais le monde entier a vu ce que le SDF va faire. Et si on ne t'aime pas, on ne peut pas te dire la vérité. C'est quand je t'aime que je te dis la vérité. Les Camerounais aiment le SDF.
Très bien.
Et ils ont vu ça lors de ce congrès.
Et en une minute, vraiment, qu'est-ce qu'on peut souhaiter au SDF aujourd'hui en 30 secondes?
Bonne chance. Et vraiment, SDF is back, c'est ce qu'on peut dire.
D'accord.
Et tout le monde le dit, SDF is back, parce que les gens étaient surpris. Les taximens, les botomans, les bayamselan, partout, nous voyons, on dit SDF is back. Et les gens ont dit SDF is back.
Merci. Merci énormément à vous, Henrique Dian, d'avoir accepté notre invitation ce soir. Merci également aux téléspectateurs qui nous ont suivis. Mesdames et messieurs, c'est la fin de ce 20h. Merci d'avoir été avec nous. On se retrouve dès demain 20h sur les antennes de Spectrum Télévision, si bien sûr Dieu le veut. Bonsoir à vous, la Donnette en dessin.
Good night to you, Leila Rentancio, and good night to every viewer of Spectrum Television. Do have a wonderful night in the company of our programs.